Welcome back, guys. This is Doug with Basement Level Magic. We are going into round one, and we've won the die roll. Alright, is this a Yeah, I think this is a keep. So we have, if we get really scared, we can play an early Clutch Occurrence, and we have the Halmar Tidecaller on turn 3 to get it back. We don't want to do that if we have any other option. We want to hold the Tidecaller until we can at least awaken the Clutch Occurrence. But with 4 lands, that seems pretty likely, so I'm going to go ahead and keep that. Lead out with blue. So our only double white card I didn't actually play, so we're really just looking to play it up to 3, see what we draw to get us out of this. I'm done with lands. That is an excellent draw. So we have 2 ways to slow down the game now, and we have a turn 3 play. We're good to go. Let's see what we're up against. Currently white, black. Okay. So I saw some white-black life gain cards go by. Nothing that I thought was super good. So now that we have the Royal Spout, I am going to play Plains. Oops, wrong one. Sorry about that. And play a Sky Spawner. Sky Spawner is an excellent first play. Because I don't think a lot of people want to use removal on it. And to be honest, I'm happy to trade because I still have something on the board and he won't. So we'll go ahead and attack in first. Also gives us an idea if he's looking to race. Plus he's tapped out, so if he did have some sort of combat trick, he wouldn't be able to play it now. No blocks. Alright. So next turn we can Clutch of Currents, Awaken. The following turn we can either Halmar Tidecaller or Royal Spout. So I'm just going to pass. No reason to play a Tidecaller with no... Nice. Plus he attacks. So we'll get in for at least 2 more and then have a 4/4 flyer the following turn. No reason to play a Tidecaller without any value. Plus, looks like our opponent missed the land drop. Oh, nope, there it is. Second Shadow Glider, okay. Wonder if he's willing to trade that one. Or do I get greedy and take some damage just for the mana? I actually don't think so. But do I attack first? And offer the trade. And what would be my reasoning for doing that? I don't think so. I think we'll just bounce this creature and get in for 3. I want to save the Royal Spout for a bigger target than what is this? Shadow Glider. But our opponent might not have anything else to play. Yeah, all our creatures in the air. This is a total brick for our opponent. Okay, so we play our land. We definitely want to play our Halmar Tidecaller pre-combat. To give flying to our creature, or our land creature. Just wondering if at this point I want to put the Shadow Glider on top or not. Our opponent hasn't played anything like that's super scary. So if I bounce his creature with a Royal Spout, so our opponent's playing white-black, so that's scary because I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket and put a bunch of counters on my island because I don't want to get exiled and I don't want him to just kill my creature. But if I get above 3, the number of cards that do kill my creature drop significantly. So the downside is that I would have to tap my island in order to play the Royal Spout this turn. Fortunately, I'm not able to get in with both, though. I was just trying to find a way to play. I actually could play. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the Tidecaller. Bringing back the Clutch Occurrence. And then I'm going to... Do I want to attack? That's the thing. So if I attack with the 3/3, I think he just takes it. But I can play the Benthic Infiltrator as well. And it doesn't look like... Yeah, I think we can afford a couple more damage. I'm going to develop the board a bit. Because if our opponent taps out and he doesn't kill our land, we could potentially put a ton of counters on it in one turn and get in for the win. So if he wants to get in for 4 here, I'm going to let him. I do wish I had the Clutch Occurrence up, sort of. Oh, never mind, sorcery. I was going to say I bounce my own Tidecaller, which I may do. I may Royal Spout, bounce my own Tidecaller with the Clutch Occurrence, and then bring the Royal Spout back. I don't think he has good attacks. Oh, wow. I'm taking the 4. I don't know what flyer he could have that would really threaten me. He did leave all his mana up. Land is an excellent draw. Again, the eggs in one basket thing has me a little worried. So I have currently 5 damage in the air. Do we play for the long game or not? I think we're sort of a control shell. I think we do play for the long game. So if I put the wall on top of his deck, then I can attack for 9. And next turn I have an additional flyer. I actually don't think I attack with the Tidecaller. So really I'd be attacking for 7. Alright, so I think... Is it worth it to get in for 7? Take him to 8? I think so. And this land, or this creature is basically irrelevant to me. I don't really even care about it. And he's playing white-black, so I'm not really afraid of any, like... Oh. Oh, that was a mistake. I should not have attacked with the Tidecaller. The convenience of just right-clicking. Hopefully it doesn't bite me. He may just try to kill the land if he has something. And he's still not in a good position. But, oh my goodness. Okay, so we lucked out big time. Yeah, the tide collar there was the big one that he should have definitely killed. And we hit his fortified rampart with our ingest since there was no blocks and he didn't kill the benthic infiltrator, so that's excellent too. So that's essentially a kill combo too. So anything I clutch of currents or royal spout, I can just ingest away. Killing the land, sure. Play a land. So I think this turn I'm just going to have to... I wanted to return the Helm or Tide Collar to my hand and Royal Spout, but I think probably I just need to kill the land creature and awaken a land that way. This would be a good time to draw an Eldrazi. Let's see what he has for us. Yeah, okay. He may just try to get the damage in, to be honest. But he is down to 2 cards. Yeah, complete disregard. So we take 4, go to 1. Draw our hope. Unfortunately, doesn't do anything. And if I cast the Hedron Archive just to draw cards, I unfortunately won't have any mana left to do anything, so we are just dead on board. So against primarily a white deck. Oops. So what do we want to change? I think I want to take out the Devastator. And I want to put in another Encircling Fissure. He didn't have anything that I saw that I could smite, so a smite doesn't sound good at all. He did have some flyers, and Tightening Coils would be good. Royal's Retribution would be pretty good against him too. I saw no enchantments. I don't think Tandem Tactics. I don't. Okay, so that's the white cards I want to add. Waveling Elemental would be okay. Cloud Manta would probably be a good one. And another Spell Shrivel would probably be a good one. So cuts, I would say probably the Hedron Archive since we'd cut down to just 6 mana. Coral Helm guy, because we're not playing a big thing that I think we want to get through. I think we want to just be removing more stuff. And then one other cut. Maybe the Coastal Discovery. It is an Awaken card. That's the only reason I want to keep it. And then I probably need to add at least another Plains. And cut. Actually, could cut a land. Could cut another island. Since now we top out at 6, although we're using them as creatures, so that's probably not a good idea. I'll just play one Cloud Manta. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, we'll go ahead and play first. This unfortunately does not look like a great deck. Oh, sorry, good hand. I'm going to keep it. I'm not excited about it, but I'm going to keep it. I at least have something I can do if I'm just taking too much damage. And then if I get to... So I have a 2-drop and, you know, a 3-drop I don't want to play for 3. But it gives me some options to slow things down. More land is not what I want to see, to be honest. My opponent playing nothing is what I want to see. Okay, Kitesail Scout. I guess he just played a million of them. Jeez. Well, we're only 2 mana away from a Drowner of Hope. That's nice. Double Shadow Glider again. Wind Rider Patrol's a pretty good one. It blocks Shadow Rider pretty well. And it's a 5-drop, so that's nice. Let's see if we run it into a combat trick or not. We've only taken 2 damage. It's not like we couldn't take a hit, especially if he attacked with both. He'd probably be trying to bait us, and we would get a double scry for some action. I think that might be better than trying to eat one. That's an interesting play because I don't think it does anything at this point. He might have been better off just holding that up. I wonder if he wants to double block. And am I okay with that? I think I probably am okay with that. Alright, so here we have 6 mana, only 1 white. I can Royal Spout and Awaken. I can Drowner of Hope. Our opponent's tapped out. I wonder if he takes... I wonder if he takes 4 here or if he tries a double block. He is stuck on 4 mana. And are we okay with a double block, or should we just... I think I want to tempo him some. Oh, I did that wrong, didn't I? Oh, that's alright. So we did get our scry. Gosh, I'm tempted to put... I think I'm going to put the island on top and the cloud manta on top. Because I have another awaken card. I don't mind getting the lands. I just want to like alternate my lands. Opponent used this whole turn. He was getting in for 4. But he used his whole turn to kill the Wind Rider Patrol, and we already got value from it. So I'm kind of happy about that. Plus, now we can Tightening Coils his last flyer and Cloud Manta, right? Because we know he's still holding another Shadow Glider, and that sort of bricks the other Shadow Glider. Tempted to Royal Spout that. Yeah, I think that's probably a good play. So we want this on an island, and we want to remember to not tap it this time. So I'll put that creature on top. Choose a land I control. We'll go with that one. And he's pretty close to just dead, I think. I assume he recasts his flyer, but does it do anything? He's got to live through the turn, and it might just be a chump blocker at this point. Well, I guess it wouldn't be a chump blocker, it'd just be a... But it would just have to trade for something. I mean, he could definitely live through this turn. He's splashing blue. I don't think we saw any blue game 1. That's not a bad draw. I'm just going to go ahead and attack with, I guess, the 4/4. Put him on a 2-turn clock and play around whatever it is he's trying to do here. He could have played a creature and just chose not to, so yeah. Lets him only kill 1 creature instead of killing 2. Do we show him the Drowner of Hope or carry on? I think we'll just play it. This allows us to tap down some of his stuff and get in for damage next turn. So he needs to play 2 creatures or kill the Drowner of Hope in order to live. Yeah, okay. Alright, so back to the sideboard. We'll be on the play now for the first time. Is there anything we want to change? So the one target I've seen for Smite was the black flyer. It's a 4/3, but that's it. I don't think so. I think I have enough ways to like just put his stuff in his hand or back on top of his deck that there's not a lot of ways he can really do much to us. This seems like a fine hand. Oh, and that was a great draw. We'll play our Tide Drifter. I've seen like one ground creature from him, but that's alright. Yeah, I mean, we're not playing anything till 5 now. And we have the mana to awaken the Royal Spout already. This would be Shadow Glider, Shadow Glider. Oh, okay, Silent Skimmer. Alright. Yeah, I don't really think we're doing anything here. We'll wait till next turn. He can't attack with the Silent Skimmer into the Wind Rider Patrol. We have the Encircling Fissure if we... I mean, we can't prevent the 2 damage from the Silent Skimmer anyway, so there's no point in using it yet. But that's online after next turn. So it was a slow hand. And we do take 4. I love that card, by the way. Opponent's been slow rolling me on his lands, playing him in the second main. Okay, so he missed a land drop. I think we just play out the Wind Rider. Stops his attacks. Probably gets some removal out of his hand. And then we'll be able to Royal Spout or Encircling Fissure next turn. Demon's Grasp, nothing I can do about that. Down to 10, unfortunately. We're in a tough spot here. So if I just Encircling Fissure this turn, I take 2, go to 8. Which doesn't seem great, but if I do that, then next turn I can Royal Spout, put one of his things on top of his deck, and have an Awakened 4/4 that I don't think I can even attack with, to be honest. I think I need to keep it back. Oh, no, I can't, because it doesn't do anything if I leave it back. Or I could just play a Mist Intruder, which is a 1/3, which can block his Shadow Glider. I think I need to do that, even though I can't awaken anything this turn. I'm hoping he plays something big that I want to actually Royal Spout, but so far he hasn't really done anything. So he gets in for the 2 I can't block. And I guess if he wants to pump it, you know, more power to him. The fact that he's played very little else means that if we could get some tempo, I think we could be fine here. Alright, well there's something. Alright, so now what do I do? Does he attack with the Colossary Night Watch next turn? And if he does, there's not much I can do except for Awaken. But Awakening doesn't help me that much either. I'm taking 2 again this turn, no matter what, unless I bounce that. That's the problem with Awaken is like it's so expensive that... I mean, it needs to be if you get a 4/4 out of it. But it doesn't let me do anything else on my turn. And the fact that all his stuff can fly is just super annoying. Okay, so I actually do like this line. I cast the Royal Spout with Awaken on his creature. If he attacks in with it next turn, so I might as well, oops. I was going to say, I might as well attack this turn with it, because I can't block with it anyway. But next turn I can, if he gains, I guess it'd be 2 turns out. If he replays the vampire and he gains flying, I can't do anything. But if he replays the vampire, doesn't gain flying, and attacks in to just get rid of my land, I could Encircling Fissure, Awaken it, add 2 counters, and actually kill it. Of course, I will have taken another 4 damage by then. I really need a way to remove that. Silent Skimmer is what I really need. And I could have bounced that, I guess. But then I was left with a 4/4 that couldn't really block either. Oh, I could have blocked it with a Tide Drifter. So that was dumb. I should have actually bounced the Silent Skimmer and prevented the 2 damage. Hmm. Reclaimer's great, but... And I would love to have the Royal Spout back, because it would give me some time. But I don't think I can do it. So I have 7 mana available. Yeah. Because I can't prevent that 2 damage from the Silent Skimmer. I mean, that was a big mistake, really. I need some sort of permanent removal spell, but I don't think I have much. I mean, I got a couple turns. And his 4/5 currently can't do anything against me, unless it gains flying. I think because of that, I have to leave up the Encircling Fissure. If he gains life and gains flying, then I just lose. Oh no, I have Encircling Fissure. But I have to keep 3 mana available. So I guess technically I can do it. Oh, I'm an idiot. I needed to attack with the Mist Intruder first. I don't have anything to process to return the Royal Spout. So I guess that's fine, because I would have had to take an extra 2 damage. God, I've used it a ton of time. I'm 10 minutes behind this guy. And I find it unlikely that I would be able to win a game 2 in 4 minutes with this deck. Oh, that's bad too. I actually don't know that it changes anything. I think I still just take 2 damage. Yeah. More land. Jeez. Yeah, there's just nothing I can do. Maybe he gives me one more turn to try and remove that thing. And then the game would get interesting, but currently I have no way to remove it. And my encircling fissure doesn't prevent the damage because it's not combat damage. Yep, that also would do it. I mean, I can still live through the turn. But now I have 2 creatures I have to return in order to stay alive. I just don't think it's going to happen. It's a bummer. I mean, we got completely destroyed by Shadow Glider. This game specifically, Silent Skimmer, but I mean, really, the Shadow Glider was the hero for this guy. Deathless Behemoth doesn't do anything. Yeah, I'm just dead. All right. Well, this has been round 1. I'm Doug with Basement Level Magic. Please stick around for round 2. I'll be back in shortly.